Hello everyone, I am Conio Cando, Project Officer at Aeroheat and Power. Today, I am delighted to talk about something that is often overlooked, but absolutely vital, the empowering of the district heating and cooling sector. More specifically, how education and skills are the key to unlocking its full potential. There is something that we know, the skill gap is real, but so is the opportunity. Let me guide you through the journey ahead. We will start by setting the scene, what district heating and cooling is, why it matters, and its role in the energy transition. Then, in part one, it's about what holds district heating and cooling back. So we will explore the sector's challenges, the human factor, and the roadmap for a resilient digital and green energy workforce. Then, part two is about what moved district heating and cooling forward. We will highlight initiatives already driving change, showcase our projects connecting education to innovation, and share the vision ahead of those projects. Let's begin. District heating and cooling isn't just one technology. It is a platform of building blocks, waste to energy, geothermal, solar thermal, biomass, waste heat recovery. So together, they form a system that can provide affordable, efficient, and renewable energy for heating and cooling at scale. But here is the twist. These technologies alone are not enough. They must adapt. They must fit into the future of smart energy system. So systems that coordinate electricity, heat, gas, industry, and even transport. Only then we can reach 100% low-cost efficient future. And to do that, digital technologies are key. Think about sensors that monitor energy flow in real time. Think about AI optimizing demand and supply. Therefore, digitalization makes district heating and cooling smarter, more efficient, more reliable. It transforms a century-old technology into a 21st century solution. In addition, imagine electricity powering heat pumps with renewable energy. Imagine heating and cooling systems that can flexibly store energy and support the electricity grid. So integration across sectors creates resilience. It means we are not just heating home, we are balancing the entire energy system. This is a representation how a district heating and cooling system should look like. Diverse renewable thermal energy sources that replace fossil fuels and smart integration strategies. Let's look at the numbers. District heating covers 13% of the European heat market. It serves 18 million citizens. It operates through 19,000 networks, and already around 44% of the mix come from renewables and waste heat. So why district heating and cooling matters? It matters because reduce our dependences on fossil fuels and imports. It lowers CO2 emissions, and it increases the share of renewables in our energy system. But there is also a human side. District heating and cooling increases equitable access to affordable, reliable, clean energy solutions. To scale up district heating and cooling, we need to remove barriers to projects by upgrading skills and empowering the workforce, among other things as we can see in this diagram. Now let's move to the challenge. Did you know that more than 60% of European workers will see their job transformed by AI? Or that the green transition will require 30 million new clean energy jobs by 2050? Here is the kicker. 60% of those jobs will require training. Across Europe, employment in science and engineering is growing fast. Forecasts show around 38% growth in high-tech occupation in energy supply services by 2035 in Europe. But the skills don't evolve in a vacuum. They are reshaped by globalization, by climate adaptation, by the rise of the knowledge economy, and by digitalization. Europe recognized this. The European skill agenda points to a core problem: the gap between today's workforce and the need of a digital, green, and inclusive economy. And why does the gap exist? Because education and training are not fully aligned with labor markets, because investment in lifelong learning is too low, because cooperation between industry, education, and policymakers often falls short, because uneven access to training and the limited anticipation of future skills needs. So what happens if we do not? Employers can't find the right people, workers miss opportunities, transitions slow down, Europe loses competitiveness, inequalities widen, and the crisis hit harder. So, doing nothing is simply not an option. So let's bring in the human factor in district heating and cooling. To move from traditional district heating and cooling rely on centralized fossil fuel system to a decentralized, renewable, multi-source, and digital technology, we need people with new skills in renewable and sustainable technology, in digital and smart system, in resilience and adaptation, in management and leadership, in core competencies such as critical thinking, problem solving, and so on. So all these skills are key to develop a smart district heating and cooling system with optimal designs, robust operation, energy controls, and resilient grid interaction. So what is the roadmap? We must invest in people's capabilities by promoting lifelong learning and continuous skills and career development, implementing transnational and interdisciplinary learning approaches, facilitating the rapid transfer of knowledge, best practices, and solutions among experts and professionals across different countries. But here is the challenge. Currently, no single education program collects all the state-of-the-art knowledge on district heating and cooling under one umbrella. So this is a gap we urgently need to close. And the answer? Develop education programs that respond to market needs, use innovative teaching methods, and align with European priorities. So education that works for the future, not the past. This brings us to the seeds of change. Let's talk about what is already happening. Through programs like Life Clean Energy Transition and Erasmus Plus Alliance for Innovation, Europe is planting the seeds of change. These aren't just funding streams. They are bridges between higher education, vocational training, and enterprises. And on those bridges, knowledge flow, skills are shared, and innovation is born. From education to innovation. Let me share with you two projects tackling education and skills in the sector, Skills for DHC and the DHC Academy. Who is behind DHC Academy? European Power is the coordinator, and it's formed by 12 partners, 4 labor market actors, 8 education and training providers, 6 universities, and 2 vocational institutions around Europe, as we can see in the map. And what exactly are we building? We are building the DHC Academy Alliance, a long-term partnership, the DHC Academy platform, a digital ecosystem for engagement and learning, a vocational education training program formed by 10 courses tested by 200 professionals, and a higher education program formed by 20 modules tested by 400 students. There is a presentation that I invite you to watch. It's the presentation about bridging the skills and competences gap in district heating and cooling sector, the DHC Academy Alliance, where you will know more about the Alliance and the platform itself. Let's walk through the 3 years road map that is turning this vision into a reality. In 2025, we laid the groundwork, setting up the governance, mapping stakeholders, and identifying training needs, meaning the foundation is built. In 2026, we shift into creation mode, developing the curriculum, launching pilot programs, and engaging participants through awareness campaigns. And in 2027, we go live, publicly launching the District Heating and Cooling Academy platform, scaling training across Europe, and formalizing the Alliance for long-term impact. Our other project is Skills for DHC. It's coordinated by WIP Renewable Energy, and the project consortium includes 9 partners with a complementary and balanced mix of specific expertise and organization type. The main Skills for DHC target country in which the programs will be tested and evaluated are Austria, Germany, Estonia, Ireland, Italy, and the Netherlands. The need for training related to the rollout of sustainable district heating and cooling solution is significant in the 6 selected countries, each of which differs in terms of market size, barriers, and challenges related to heating and cooling and to the green energy transition as such. Let me walk you through the Skills for DHC training initiative. We will design 5 programs, each with a clear purpose: a transnational academy to centralize knowledge, training for decision makers to align policies with development, academic pathway to prepare future professionals, hands-on training for technicians, and recruitment for to attract talent into the sector. The vision. By the end of this journey, over 30,000 training hours will be delivered. 10 teaching and training institutions, 40 enterprises, and 15 countries will be involved and represented in the Alliance. Therefore, DHC Academy is not a national project, it is an European movement. Here is how we anticipate Skills for DHC will go. 1,000 professionals will be trained. 430 stakeholders and organizations will be supported. 120 trainees will be trained. 95 persons will be recruited. To conclude, I want to highlight something essential. Education is the invisible infrastructure behind every technology. Knowledge is the catalyst for every innovation we will discuss during this conference. It cannot be overlooked. Education and innovation must go hand by hand because one is the root of the other. At European Power, through 2 European projects and strategic collaboration, we are making this vision a reality.